Hello my friends, relatives, esteemed colleagues. It kind of bothers me listening to the same false narrative regarding the jabs, which is that they weaken immune system, and they create cancer because of this, and that the skin problems which happen are also the sign that the immune system has been weakened. Now, why I'm saying this? Because, okay, let's analyze. What are we being told in medical school or through schooling system and repeated by media and the usual suspects? Our immune system depends on level of white blood cells that we have, the macrophages, of course, involved. And then it depends on proteins, defensive proteins, immunoglobulins that it produces. But they are specific. So you will produce them if some antigen or gen appears in your body, which is foreign protein basically, and your body is going to defend itself against it. But is this telling us that our immune system is strong or weak? Absolutely not. For example, nobody is paying attention to GCMF protein, immunological marker. Every glucoholic, everybody who thrives on carbohydrates, which is basically 99.999% of global population, does not produce GCMF protein marker, which means that their body is not going to mark what has to be destructed. And if things are not marked, your white blood cells, which are nothing more than garbage disposal service, do not know what to take out, what to attack and what not. This is why we have bacteria and fungus flowing inside of a body, and macrophage comes by and says, "Hi brother, how you doing?" Just goes by. This is why cancer can be growing and macrophages do absolutely nothing about it. Now, this nobody correlates with immune system, but it's one of the most important things. But still, it is not something that makes your immune system weaker or stronger. So if none of this is improving on our immune system, and we know that some people resist diseases more than others. Some people catch flu easier. Some people catch earaches easier, inflammations basically. And this is what our diagnosis is based on. How often do you catch flu? How often do you have problems with your lungs, with your inflammations like bronchitis, gastritis, and the rest of the crap? And this is where it's when we relate it also to the autoimmune disease fake. Because if we have immune disease, our immune system is not working correctly, it's attacking the body. So there's no solution. It's a glitch. None of it is true. Question is now, if none of it is true, are we being told anything of value in medical school that can help in healing? Zilch. Nothing. Doctors are very good with suppressing symptoms. This is why they are great with emergencies. But suppression of the system causes chronic problems. Longer you suppress the system, the worse situation your body is going to be in, and then it comes point when you cannot suppress it any longer. Pow! Autoimmune disease. This is the truth. So if we want to know what is the immune system and what can boost immune system, we have to go into a different projection of reality. We have to leave this three-dimensional world and go to the essence of it all, which is the quantum field. In quantum field, everything there is simply orchestra, musical orchestra of various instruments that produce various frequencies, which are all tuned to perfection. And when it's all tuned in perfection, when the vibration, the frequency is correct, our reality is beautiful. There is no disease. There are no bad things happening. Everything is just gorgeous. Every glitch in frequency is being interpreted by the brain, by the programming we have, into manifestation of changes. I've explained this with the food. Doesn't matter what you have, meat or vegetables or fruit. They all have their flavor, their taste, their consistency, the way they look, appearance. And when you start heating them up, when you're rising their frequency, all of a sudden, bingo, smell changes. Means the frequency that is being interpreted through the sensor of smell has changed. Color changes, it gets brownish or turns black. Bingo, another frequency has shifted, which is now interpreted to your sensor of vision, of eyes. You touch it and it's either hard like a brick or much softer than it was before. Bingo, another frequency has shifted that responds through your senses of touch. And then taste, and everything shifts. You still know what you're talking about because general vibration is still there. But you still know it's a violin or you know it is piano, but one of the strings or more of the strings are slightly out of tune. Now when you want to play the music, it sounds like crap, and this is how you start feeling, and this is what you start seeing around you. So reality, the basic structure of your reality, lays in a quantum field and becomes accessible to us once when it's run through the brain for decoding and then sent through our sensors for experience. And we call it our reality. And we call this robot, oh, this is us. No, this is the robot that you are using at the moment for manifestation purposes. When the robot is kaput, or when you have enough of it, you get out. And if you want to search another robot of different kind or same kind but younger, to go through another experience. So now, when we have established that vibration is the cause, now, what is going to make the vibration more resilient, more difficult to change, is the voltage. The higher is the cellular voltage, the more stable is the frequency. So if you have influence of these off-tuned frequencies around you, either from eating them, and they come very close to your cellular structure and to your genetics, because everything is manifested, every change manifests through genetics first. So if you eat something that is out of tune, And how did you make it out of tune? I just explained. For example, by heating it. Then it may or may not show in your reality as a changed vibrational field. If it's going to show it or not depends on the strength or resistance of your vibratory field to shift. And if you have high voltage, this makes very strong and firm resonance. So the weak shifted frequencies, they cannot do nothing about it. So you can eat a crap. And if you can maintain your high level of cellular voltage, you feel great. You will have absolutely zilch problems with most of the stuff. There are some things which are directly reprogramming your genes and causing harmful effects, lowering your lifespan and whatever, and this is glucose. But at this point, we are just focusing on your immune system. So when you start dropping the voltage, the more you are dropping voltage, the more, the less stable field you are producing, which can now easier and easier be affected by those lingering off-tuned frequencies, which are in your body, in your aura, or in your environment. When you catch someone's flu, this is aura-to-aura transfer of vibration. You are low on voltage, you get into it and you go in the same vibratory field. No masks, no spit, no liquid-on-liquid transfer is necessary. It's vibration. Everything vibrates. If it doesn't vibrate, it doesn't exist. So, what will weaken your immune response? Every time, well, number one is toxic cell. Because cells, when they are toxic, they are dehydrated and acidic. They cannot cleanse themselves. This is what makes them toxic. Such cells have higher acidity. Higher acidity is interfering with the cellular ability to hold voltage. Same like overly acid battery is going to leak electricity. Quickly charge and quickly discharge by itself without even using it. Same happens in the body. We are not what we are being told, chemical compound, biological compound. There is no such a thing. Everything is simply physics. And this is when people say, wow, salt will not give you minerals because the only minerals that can go in your body are minerals which are biological. There is no such animal. So, we have plenty to learn because everything we know is crap. We have been hijacked, and through schools and religions, and then movies and televisions, any kind of entertainment, we are being brainwashed with information which is not true. But we are being brainwashed that this is the truth. And of course, the more you have read, the more educated you are, the less you know truth, because then you cannot recognize truth when you see it, because the program that is now being implanted in you tells you, no, this is not like this. It may appear like this, but it is not like this. So, toxic dehydrated cells cannot hold on voltage, on electricity, voltage drops, bingo, susceptible. Every chronically ill individual feels tired. Why? It's low on energy. How do you raise the voltage so you can stabilize. You don't have to repair it. It never, by itself, it never got wrong. The base of the frequency is still there, only the top is not moving properly. It's not vibrating correctly because of the influence. But if you can force the good foundation, just raise voltage, ta 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 ta, it starts strengthening, it starts, and finally it starts vibrating correctly. So there is no healing mechanism other than voltage. Nikola Tesla was right on the money. You can use medicinal remedy only to suppress certain toxic energies, aid them with this vibration of medicinal remedy, but as you are aiding the cells which need exactly this vibration, you are actually polluting the rest of the body. This is why using medicinal remedies you should never do longer than 1 week, 2 weeks. In very few occasions you can prolong it to 3 weeks and then pow, stop. Because you are destroying the rest of the body as you are helping one organ to vibrate correctly because you are supplying the particular frequency. Now, how do we raise this voltage? Biggest draw on voltage is fear. Overactivated brain, because brain is the organ that fractures the electrical charge that's coming from the heart into frequencies and then distributes them through the body. But if you are clinging to some thoughts that have particular frequency which resembles one of your organs or the body in general, because we have a variety of frequencies that constitute it, then remember, thinking, having a thought means transmitting. So instead of rooting the energy in this frequency into the body, so it keeps energetic even if the cells cannot hold it. You are plugged in the outlet. So it doesn't matter in what state are your cells. If you allow all the frequencies to flow, you heal instantly. And this is what we call spontaneous healing. But it is very difficult to control the mind, the ego, preventing the mind from broadcasting bad things, keeping in fear. Fear draws the most of the voltage. If you get scared enough, you can die. Simply, your brain goes bonkers, broadcast, boom, and no energy left in the body. You croak. Heart stops, everything stops. Hey, sun came back. So, another way is celebration. Again, it's very difficult if you have a problem. This is where faith comes in the action. Unfortunately, people need crutches to have faith, and even then faith is marginal. I've heard many religious people talking highly about their religion. Yeah, so there is a God, there is a Jesus, there is Allah, there is, I don't know, Buddha, but they are sick. You see, the faith should be that crutch of your trust. You put faith into it, and you know God is with me, Jesus is with me, Allah is with me. And this makes me indestructible. I cannot get sick. Well, you never mention sickness, but I always feel great because Allah is with me. Jesus is with me. Well, if that would be really your sentiment, you would not be in a fear, you will instantly raise the voltage and you would instantly heal. Whenever you cannot achieve this, you have no faith. You can talk whatever you want to say, but you have no faith. This is why I don't go for crutches. I don't need one. Not that I'm super healthy. I'm doing experiments. Again, I'm programmed with all these bogus programs myself. But I'm realizing because I can clearly think. So I'm realizing what is this reality and how it works. So when we are talking on strengthening our system, our immune system, this is voltage. So get busy living. Don't think about problems. Don't think about health issues. Get busy living. I often tell my clients, the fastest healing you will achieve, of course I recommend self-defense protocol because, again, this way you can use that programming you have but slightly tweaked. So you understand it better and you start hydrating correctly, eating correctly, and you start maintaining cellular voltage, raising cellular voltage. So even when you are thinking, your cells can hold the voltage, doesn't drop. And your immunity to offshoot frequencies is strong. The easiest way to do this is changing place where you live, going somewhere where you really, really enjoy and love, and doing things there that you enjoy. Not reading books, because this gives you too much time to think. Something physical that you have to control your equilibrium, you have to focus on what you're doing. Being it, I don't know, fishing, hunting, being it mountain climbing, or walking through nature, bird watching, all this involves you to focus on certain things that you have no time to think. So being in a new place, so you don't don't do things routinely that you like or love, a better word, and then doing what you love to do, physically doing things, will completely get fear out of you. No transmission of bad things, you are focusing on good stuff, and your voltage skyrockets, and healing occurs rapidly. So, I know many will ask, well, how is these people that have been popped and now their immune system has been destroyed, like with HIV, for example, and now they have these skin problems, they have these multiple cancers growing and all that stuff. Well, this has nothing to do with the immune system. I explained thoroughly how the symptoms of flu are symptoms of toxic blood and cleansing of the blood. And skin problems are third level of blood toxicity, usually encountered in body that is low on plasma, so it cannot really cleanse properly through urine, not even through mucosal tissue, so starts throwing the bulks of toxicity through the skin. More toxicity it's throwing out through the skin usually means more dehydrated on circulatory level, but if that is there, then it's also high dehydration on cellular level. And more garbage that has to be expelled while body clings on the water. Well, you're going to have skin irritations. You start first eliminating through sweat. And where you eliminate toxins, this inflames the tissue because these toxins are usually very strong acids. But then body starts showing problems on cellular level with proliferation, so thickening of the skin, crusts, sores, and bubbles, toxic bubbles filled with toxic liquid that when you open it up it smells bad. Well, this is highly toxic body releasing toxicity, and the only way available to it at this moment because it's low on plasma. And we have named it chicken pox, monkey pox, swine pox, avian pox. It's all nonsense. All these so-called viral diseases are pure nonsense. It's all about toxic body and detox through the skin because there is not enough plasma. Every one of those people, doctors, please check it out. You will see. Every one of those people has thick blood. Why is the blood thick? Because it has all the white blood cells that it has to have, so immune system is good, right? Has all the platelets, has all the red blood cells. But it's very thick. It's lacking plasma, does not have enough plasma, which means does not have enough minerals, that does not have enough water. And when there is no water, you cannot cleanse the body. Simple as that. So the immune system, what we are being told about immune system, is pure nonsense. So stop clinging on it. Stop repeating that jabs are lowering immune system. Jabs are polluting the body, and while dehydrated, it is detoxifying through skin, and this is what is causing the problems. This is why not everybody reacts the same to the jabs. It depends on the level of hydration, level of toxicity of the body that it has prior to jabs. Please start thinking, and welcome to Disclosure. Thank you for listening to this, and Namaste.